And gentlemen, this is Maxicode, and in this video we're going to talk about PHP data types. So, as you can imagine from our first lesson, variables can store different data or with a different types, and so we can assign different types to a variable. So PHP supports several data types, and we're going to start with the integer data type. Imagine we have 1, 2, 3, 100. 23, and let's just check this type. It's pretty easy. Yeah, so as you can see, we have an integer data type with a 123 value assigned, and this function var dump used to dump a variable with an additional information about it, not just the echo variable value, but a little bit more. So okay, let's just check some other stuff. String, I don't know, not just string value. Okay, var dump x. Okay, and in this case we have a variable x and an inside string with a value not the best example, but we still can see that we have a string with a length 5 and the assigned value is value. So if you change it to, I don't know, maxi code, we're gonna see maxi code. So this data type is variable. I'm sorry, this data type is string, and the next data type is the float. So we touched them in our first introduction video. Let's just check this out. Okay, so yeah, this is float. This is a floating number, and well, let's just check this out. I want to reassign a variable, and let's just check that the type of the variable reassigned or changed on the fly. So here we assigned a float type to this variable, and here we assigned an integer type to this variable. So okay, pretty good for now. Next data type is Boolean, which is a true or false. So yeah, let's just check this out too. Yeah, this is a bool data type and a value true. What if we have a value false? Yeah, that works too, pretty good. So we have a value false and a value true. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. The next data type is array. So imagine you have a variable, I don't know, a1 with a 1, a2 with a 2, I'm sorry, a3 with a value 3. Well, not the best idea to do that, because you have to create 3 variables in that case, and if you have an array, a list or a set of that elements with a length of, I don't know, 10, 100 or 1000, yeah, absolutely ridiculous to create 1000 variables, and when we can simply create an array. This is a 1, 2, 3, and just echo this array. So now we can see that we have a type of array, and the first value is an integer with the value 1. Second type, second item is the value 2 type int. Third item is the value 3 with an integer data type. So in most programming languages, the starting index is 0. So if we want to get the first element, we just echo x at 0. This is first element. So the second element, index 1, and the third, the last one, is at index 2. Well, we can easily create an array which stores different data types. So this is some string, some floating number, and let's just check this out. So yeah, okay, perfect. So this is this says that we have a first element type integer value 1, second element type string value string, and the last element type float value, as you can see. And this is kind of cool, but I don't recommend you to do it very often because ideally you want to be sure that your array is contained only of floats, or only of strings, or only of integers, and so you can do it because PHP is very flexible, but I don't highly recommend it to do it. So another old-fashioned syntax for an array declaration is array scope and the last scope, and you can see that nothing changed, but again, highly recommend you to use a brand new syntax for an arrays. Yeah, that works because less characters, less scary for the beginners, and yeah, much better for now. I have to say that PHP has another data type, just a null value. It is a special data type which can have only one value, null. Yeah, it is, really, cool, and I don't know how, not just cool, but it is a widely used variable data type. And if you create a variable without a value, it is automatically assigned to a null. So yeah, we have an undefined variable notice from the PHP, but the value is still null. Okay, so PHP has several other data types as a resource or an object, but I don't want to overwhelm you at this stage, and we're gonna talk about them a little bit later. So okay, thanks again for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, like the video if you like it, and we are gonna see each other in the very next tutorial.